Hi son, how you doing son? Right, welcome back everybody. I'm on my little decorating job that I've been doing, dripping in and out of, and it's the last day today. People are back from holiday tomorrow. So really, I've got a little bit of touching up, decorating wise to do around the tops and things, just down the edges. But what I've got to do today is change this door, because purely for the fact that I did a little bit of a bodge on it. I changed a few doors in here, probably about 2 or 3 months ago now. And this particular one, I used the original door that was on here as a template for this door without really checking it, and unbeknown to me, the original door was about that much too short at the bottom, which once I put this door on, the gap was just too much for me. I couldn't leave it like that. It's not me. So what I did was I pieced a bit on the bottom, which I think it looked better when I actually did it, but the people didn't notice it, and it wasn't like I was trying to hide anything, but the people noticed it, and they thought the bottom of the door was degrading. They thought it was coming off. So I held my hands up and said, no, it was me, I pieced a bit on the bottom. So anyway, I'm going to change that door from today. So it's really the last of the major bits in here really, so let's get on with that. So I'm going to start off completely fresh here. I'm going to measure in the frame. I'm not even going to use that door as a template, so we'll just start off fresh as a daisy. So we're flush here and it's running, obviously it's going right down, so
£77 running up to, sorry, running down to.
So now we've got that 1/4 of an inch cut off the top of the door. Now we can measure from top to bottom and take that off the bottom of the door. So we're not taking no more off the top. Okay, so we've got the door on, hung and swung, and that has been a real pig of a job, that door, for me. For someone that doesn't do doors on a regular basis. The top of the frame was completely out. It was sloping up to down. The side of the frame was completely out. The frame was shorter than usual because the frame was only 77 height, or just under, whereas a door is 78. So I couldn't take a whole inch off the bottom of the door because I'd end up being into the hollow gap that it sits in there. So I've had to sort of use a bit of equilibrium and cut some of the top off and some of the bottom. So straight away there's a first cut to get it angling right with the slope. Second cut was to get the height of the top and bottom off, because you couldn't take whatever that difference in the slope was, you couldn't take that all off the top because you'd be taking an inch off the top. So you have to start off by cutting that angle at the top, then measuring it as if the door was already that shape. So it's one cut to get the angle off the top. Then it's another cut to take as much of the top off and the bottom off to get that equilibrium of an inch off. Then once the door was hung, which I also had to pack the hinges out and move the hinges in and out because the frame isn't straight. Then once it was swung, I had to take some of the side off, and that was, believe me, that was about more than a quarter of an inch off the bottom down to almost nothing at the top. See, these frames are everywhere. And now that the door's on, when I go to shut it, it hits okay up there, but down the bottom, it's about a quarter of an inch proud of this frame. Now I've put a level down that frame, and if you can imagine this frame here, when I put a level down that frame is going in. So of course that bottom part of the door is going to stick out because the door is straight, but the frame is dipping in. So obviously if I push it with my foot, I can get it to hit that frame. But obviously that's putting pressure on the door and the hinges on that end. So I'm hoping that once I've got the latch in, it will sort of pull it, and maybe over time the door will bend into that shape. I don't know. I mean, I can't move the frame, and it's not even the doorstop. Even if I move the doorstop out a bit, or in a bit, it's not going to let it do its thing. Look, I'll show you. So you can see we're fine now, and as it goes down, I mean, I could move the doorstop in a bit and it would close that gap, but it won't change the fact that that frame there is coming right in at this angle. If I move the hinge in, it's going to be too far in then. So I'll be honest, I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do in that situation. Because if I move that bottom hinge in to accommodate the frame that's out, it's so far out that that this part of the hinge, it's so far out that this part of the hinge is going to be, it's not going to be sticking past, it's going to be within the door. So I can't really put that door in, although it would make it line up with that frame. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to fit the latch and handles and see how it comes out. Something's really off here. This edge is fine. This edge runs fine. Up and down. That's fine. It's just that frame's out. So unless you start knocking frames across, what do? You don't really want to hang a door that's doing this, do you? You really want the door to be plumb. I don't really want to start making the door do that. It's only at the bottom. Maybe I'm worrying too much, but because I'm already changing it because the first door I put on wasn't 100% right. Now, my anxiety and worry about what they're going to say is compounded twice now. I'm just going to put it on. We'll have a look what it's like once the latch is on. worked with a chippy years ago, and much better chippy than I'll ever be. And he was quite obsessive about, with slot heads on the doors, they all had to be horizontal like that. And I've just stuck with it really. Might make me a better person. Right, that seems to be working. Other side, and then we'll see how it all shuts. Right, that's the handles fitted. Let's see if it lines up with the old latch. I haven't tried it yet, so... Oh yeah, it lines up nice. But it's a bit of a bind when you... Let's see what it's like from the inside. There's this kick at the bottom. Let's see what it's like when you pull it too. That's alright. Still got a bit of a squeak going on that top hinge. But it's better anyway. It's better than it was. So yes, I'm pleased with that. That's another one done. So I'll clear up all this woodworking stuff now, and then it's just a case of finishing off a little bit of decorating.
So I've just signed the Board of Peace. Peace. Great word, peace. It's the best word. I think I invented that word. It's a great word. My word.
So the people did ask me if I could tidy up this edge here, and it's got some old filler in it. It's quite hard stuff as well, so I've scraped it out, but that's never going to look any good. So my plan is to maybe cut a little bit of timber down and just put a little sort of bead, edge bead down there really, just to tidy it up. I think that's the best thing that can be done. There's been some shocking filling done in here. Not by me, thank you very much. That's another room done, down, decorated, all hoovered up. So for anyone that has been watching over the last week or so, you'll have seen this room sort of before, during, now after. So nothing really much to show you. It's just literally white and magnolia, but the wall did have a paper border all along it, which was very scruffy and it was peeling off at the edges. So managed to get the border off, paint everything, freshen everything up. And yeah, nice little spare room again now. All right, let's turn the light out in here. Done. White ceiling done. I won't even bother showing you, but there was 4 ceilings up there anyway. Right, so back home now. Thank God that's done. I was getting really bored at that job. It was nice and local, very easy job, but I was just getting so bored there. I think sometimes when people go on holiday and leave you the keys, it makes you lazy, because you go and do a few hours, come out again, you think, oh, I can finish that, I can go in there at any time. But in reality, you don't. You come home early and then you're dribbling in and out, and you're not really just getting stuck into it. So I'm glad that's done now. Tomorrow I'm plastering. I've got a little bathroom to plaster out, I think, and then Saturday I'm working as well. So I've got a little job Saturday. I'll put a little picture of them here, which is back to plastering, which is nice. And then plastering again Monday and Tuesday, and then possibly decorating from there on. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me, and I shall see you tomorrow probably for a bit of skimmage, a bit of plastering.